He had a 2.28 ERA that year with a 14-9 record. The set and the pitch. Breaking ball low and in. The count on Manzardo now 1-2. Indoors here at Lone Depot Park. It was in the mid-90s today here in Miami with that high humidity. But very comfortable indoors. Here's the pitch. Swung on, popped up foul, back out of play. The one thing they have struggled with since day one, the Marlins, even with a newer ballpark, they just don't draw.
No.
And it's a sparse crowd here tonight on a Friday night.
I think the place, this was rocking the most, I believe, when Stanton was still here and sending that ball out above those Dolphins that used to be out in left center. I think he was one of those few guys I would come and watch their home BP, whether it was like, I think Judge is another, Stan, but just like, okay, yes, I'm getting ready to play against him. Yes, I'm getting ready to beat him. I'm going to do everything I can to beat this guy, but just for a second, I'm going to drop that jersey off and be a baseball fan of myself and watch this monster hit home runs.
There's Alcantara's pitch to Manzardo, and he fouls off another, and he stays alive with that 1-2 count.
They're doing a good job of fighting right now. It's tough because you got a pitcher who can hit 98 and even above that in the gun, and he's kind of spinning the ball in 4 different ways. I think when the couple of pitches that he's at is like he's got a cutter, a sweeper, a slider, a curveball. It's like a lot of these guys are spinning it in all different types of fashions now, but he tries to get that little cutter in on the hands and then kind of gets you to chase that 98 up and away.
Quick throw to first. Just back in time was DeLauder standing up.
Kind of woke both of them up there. First baseman, too.
1-2 the count on Manzardo. 9th pitch of the at-bat is coming up. Here it comes. Swung on, bounced to first. Nice grab on the short hop. Backhand style by Stowers, and he just nudges over an inch or two to step on the bag for the out. Manzardo robbed, and the Guardians are retired.
0-1. High drive to center. That ball is not coming back over the batter's eye. That'll wake you up. Kurtz's 20th of the year. The A's are on the board. Doesn't matter if you're an A's fan, a Marlins fan, a baseball fan. That is an eye-opening swing from Kurtz. A projected 457. Not many guys in the world have this kind of power.
Play in Toronto. Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys, so when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You gotta be careful with Vladdy, bro, because a Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. ¿Cómo está sonando la...
Luckily, when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive, you're protected. Because seeing your painted face in the rearview mirror after a loss isn't just depressing. It's distracting. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Covered subject to policy terms. Not available in all states or situations.
Left-hander Parker Messick on the mound for the Guardians tonight, and he fires away, and his first pitch is outside for ball 1 to Otto Lopez, hitting .345 to lead all of baseball coming in. He'll be at the All-Star game with Messick, and Messick's next pitch is upstairs for a ball, 2-0. No score, bottom half of the first inning. Messick winds it up. Here's the 2-0. Strike called on the outside corner, 2-1. This is the second time you've had a chance to see Parker Messick, and he was impressive. Third.
We saw his debut in Arizona.
That's right.
No, I'm a big fan of Parker. The way he throws the ball, I think he just literally gets the ball back, gets back on the mound. This is what you want out as a defender, as a teammate. He throws strikes, he competes. You could tell he's in every one of his starts. I love the way he pitches.
Here's his 3-1. Swung on, popped him up. High in the air, shallow left center. Charging in, Watson, and the center fielder makes the catch, calling off the shortstop, Rocchio, to do it. So one down, and here's that defense for the Guardians. Stephen Kwan in left, Watson in center, Chase DeLauder around in right, Kyle Manzardo at first, Travis Bazzana at second, Brian Rocchio the shortstop, Daniel Schneemann at third with Austin Hedges catching. The All-Star, Parker Messick, makes his home over in Plant City, Florida. That's in the Tampa-St. Pete area, and he was saying about a 4.5-hour drive over here. So not that many friends and family are here tonight. Other circumstances, too. Here's the pitch, and it's waved at and missed by Heriberto Hernandez. He said, you know, they're going to see me next week in Philadelphia at the All-Star game, so they respectfully declined.
That's a cool sentence to say.
Yeah.
They're going to save their money and gas for that trip.
Here's the 0-1. Down low, 1-1. So he said it. They're all getting ready to make the trek up to Philadelphia. And
a big congratulations to him. Hopefully the first of many.
Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good off speed. 1-2 on Hernandez. A dozen homers, 35 driven in. For a team that has been solid offensively, as you'd expect with their record. The 1-2 swung on, a slow tapper, third base side of the mound. Messick's on it, spins and throws to first in time for the out. 2 quick outs for Parker Messick.
Well, we had a feeling this has a chance to be a quick one today with these 2 pitchers on the mound. Both of these guys are all-star pitchers right now. The 2 of the better ones that are throwing right now, and they work quick, they work fast, they throw strikes, they don't walk a lot of guys. So this has a chance. Might be the one who makes the least amount of mistakes, or who blinks first in this game.
Another one of the bright young stars for the Marlins, Xavier Edwards, steps in. He's first pitch swinging, taps one to the second baseman, Bazzana, and Bazzana throws him out. And a quick inning for Parker Messick sets the side out in order.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
What a moment for Sean Keys, his first major league home run. And it gives the Blue Jays a 5-0 lead.
Night is over for Taj Bradley as he sets a season high and ties a career high with 11 strikeouts here tonight. 5 innings, 1 run.
Mickey has had one kind of evening. Homer in his first at bat, a double in his second at bat, and then a huge triple that got the Rockies back in the game.
3 home runs today for Dansby Swanson. 7 home runs today for the Cubs. Have fun, Wrigley Field. Enjoy it. It's 22-3.
Junior Caminero not wasting any time at all to extend that streak of home runs.
It's getting a little bit ridiculous for Junior Caminero.
I was so inspired by what you were making that I want to do my own all-star ballpark bite, but I'm thinking we take some of that brisket that you make, and I'm going to do like a little slider. Got the pepper jack cheese, some American, get it going with some of the barbecue sauce that you have, that spicy, delicious.
No score, second inning here in Miami, and Rhys Hoskins will lead things off. Sandy Alcantara delivers, and his pitch is a breaking ball in there for strike 1.
He really doesn't give you time to get comfortable in that box, does he?
No.
It's strike 1 before the music even stops.
The 0-1 Swung on, foul back. And it's 0-2. And forgive me, I don't think you did not play with the pitch clock, correct?
I didn't play with the pitch clock. I don't think it would have affected me too much. I wasn't a guy who stepped out of the box too much or at all, really. I kind of maybe needed to readjust the batting gloves once, but other than that, I'm kind of tap the plate and look back up.
Here's the 0-2. Fastball called, strike 3. 96 on the corner, and Hoskins knew it. 1 down.
And the reason for that is with my pre-pitch routine of pointing the bat backwards, it happened in the minor leagues. So when I developed that and started to do that, there would be guys who would try to quick pitch me or try to throw me off while I'm trying to find my grip and point it backwards and almost looking and not looking at him. And so I had to develop a mentality that I know that, hey, they can do that to me, so I need to be ready. So I would always have to get ready early in the box.
Khalil Watson, the batter, takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Well, there's only the one chance for a batter to step out per at bat to slow a pitcher down. Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul swing. Back. 0-2 the count.
They get
on
one
Watson.
timeout.
Yeah, just one.
Yeah.
So, and it has absolutely sped up the game in I think a positive direction. Good pace to it now. Most nights. Here's the 0-2. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Watson's challenging that 98-mile-an-hour fastball. And
two-seamer on the inside. He's going to see if it came back all the way or not. He thinks it didn't.
And ABS says it did. So the Guardians are down to 1 challenge left here in the 2nd inning. Back-to-back strikeouts open the inning for Alcantara. And now Daniel Schneemann will step in. Don't forget, first 4 innings, it's the Conrad Score 4, Win 4 New Tires contest. Brian Granger of University Heights, our contestant tonight. Here's the pitch to Schneemann. Check swing foul at home plate. Brian will win a set of 4 Bridgestone tires, courtesy of our friends at Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care, if the Guardians put together a 4-run inning in any of these first 4 innings. And again, it's Brian Granger of University Heights, our contestant. Now the 0-1 to Schneemann. Off speed, high and away.
Schneemann looks a little uncomfortable right now in this box. I think he check swing down that first one and got unlucky where the ball hit it. But even that one, he's almost looking for something or guessing. I think he's guessed wrong the first 2.
The 1-1 misses outside for
that was
ball.
A better take. It looks like, you kind of watch his feet. You watch the balance of a hitter at times. And those first 2, he kind of looked off balance and wasn't sturdy. So, but no, it looks like he found his footing finally.
Now the 2-1 pitch to Schneemann. Fastball outside, ball 3.
Yeah, better take there. Sorry to comment on this again, but better take there is head staying back. And when your head's moving so much, that pitch is it's already hard enough to track a pitch that he's throwing. So you can't have that head rocking or moving or swaying. You got to keep it still.
Here it comes. Swung on, and there's a high fly ball to shallow center. Coming in on it, Marzi, and he makes the catch to retire the side. Guardians go in order. We head to the bottom of the 2nd. Still no score in Miami.
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. O-Pee-Chee was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
1966 with Billy Sorrell.
Pops one up left side. Griffin back on it. Now fighting the sun. Lays out and makes a sparkling diving catch.
How good was that?
Joe was great. Gave up just 3 hits, including an infield hit, 1 walk, 9 punch-outs, 107 pitches.
9 strikeouts for Ryan today and 7 shutout. Cut to left field. Ronnie Green leaps through the air and makes a spectacular catch. Wow! Ronnie took about 3-4 steps and flew through the air with a backhand.
Kyle Karras gives the Rockies the lead with their first homer of the day. It's 7-6 Colorado.
Yuri Perez had himself a day on the mound for Miami. 7 perfect innings with 8 strikeouts.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game, these games, all the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores.
No score, bottom half of the second inning, and Parker Messick is back to work with a 7-5 record, 4th lowest ERA in the American League at 2.80. And there's a swing and a line drive near the alley by Javier Sonajo, and it's caught by Chase DeLauter on the run. Nice play by DeLauter, covering some ground.
Good first step by DeLauter to cut off that one, going for the gap. Wasn't hit extremely hard, but it was splitting the defense, and he just got a good first step on it to catch it down there.
Well, you figure defense is going to be a big key in this series.
Again, it's not just the pitchers. Like I said, when you have 2 really good pitchers who work fast, who throw strikes, it's going to be sometimes that whoever makes the least amount of mistakes are the first mistake of them. But also you need your defense to play solid behind you guys, and these are 2 good defenses here.
Kyle Stowers, a left-handed batter, steps in and takes a pitch inside for ball 1. Stowers with a dozen homers, 42 driven in. Here comes the pitch from Messick. Just missed outside.
And I think anybody who's been watching this year, I think, knows where it's if the offense isn't going to be putting up a lot of runs all the time. I think they know the defense has to play well, and they know if they have to take care of the little stuff.
Next pitch is fouled off at home plate off the foot of Stowers, who hobbles around.
You got to play a clean game.
Oh, it's led to a ton of close games,
yeah,
too.
Sure has, because, I mean, they're going to get used to it, though. It's battle-tested, but unfortunately, if they're not going to pull away from guys, they know they're going to have to play clean games.
57 games, 2 runs or less is the margin when the Guardians play. And this tonight is game number 95 as Stowers pops one up high in the air to shallow left. In comes Kwan, and he makes the catch.
Listen, don't get me wrong. I loved good battles, close games, tight games, tense ones at the end of the game, 8th, 9th inning. Those are the most fun. Those really get your adrenaline going. That being said, would love to mix in some crooked numbers there too, and always had fun with like a slaughter rule type game where everybody gets to have fun, everybody gets hits, and everybody's happy too.
Leo Jimenez steps in. Here's the pitch from Messick, up high for a ball. What kind of game?
I said slaughter rule, like a little league slaughter rule where you win by 10 or more, or just something where like everyone has it, multiple hits or there's multiple home runs and everybody's feeling good. The dugout's always in a kind of relaxed mood.
The 1-0 missed inside on Jimenez.
You're at ease. You're having fun because everything's going your way. You're not just tense, biting nails in the dugout and kind of stressing out.
Messick with the 2-0 delivery. Fastball strike right in there. Good sinker.
I do like about Parker, I like how he kind of gets better as the game goes on. Not many pitchers do that. It's almost rare to see a little bit. You see guys kind of just coming in and spending the full dollar right from the first pitch.
The 2-1. That's in there for strike 2. Another good fastball.
But I didn't face him, but I obviously grew up watching the Roger Clemens, the Pedro Martinez, those guys, Kurt Schillings, where they would sniff the wins by the 6th or 7th inning, Verlanders, where they would get faster and even harder to hit. And so that's why you had to get against them early, because by the time it was 7th inning, it was almost too late.
The 2-2. Swung on. There's a chopper to short. High hop pulled in by Rocchio. Long throw. Low. Oof. Good scoop by Manzardo in time for the out. Side retired. 3 up, 3 down. Once again for the Marlins.
Pops one up left side. Griffin back on it. Now fighting the sun. Lays out and makes a sparkling diving catch.
How good was that?
Joe was great. Gave up just 3 hits, including an infield hit, 1 walk, 9 punch-outs, 107 pitches.
9 strikeouts for Ryan today and 7 shutouts.
Cut to left field. Ronnie Green leaps through the air and makes a spectacular catch. Wow! Ronnie took about 3-4 steps and flew through the air with a backhand.
Kyle Karras gives the Rockies the lead with their first homer of the day. It's 7-6 Colorado. Yuri Perez had himself a day on the mound for Miami. 7 perfect innings with 8 strikeouts.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
No score, third inning. Austin Hedges to lead things off, facing Sandy Alcantara. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and missed for strike one. Alcantara came into play tonight 10-4 after 19 starts, an ERA of 4 even. Here's his pitch to Hedges. Breaking ball low and away, and boy, every rotation likes this. 123 innings to lead all of baseball. That's a great sign coming back from the Tommy John surgery that cost him the 24 season. He came back last year, but not at a full go yet. The 1-1, swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. His numbers a year ago, not what they normally would be.
No.
Which you see a lot, guys coming back from Tommy John.
It takes some time.
Yep. ERA up over 5 last year, but he made 31 starts. Now the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball low and outside. 2-2. Hedges having a fine season at the plate. Average-wise, the best of his career. He's hitting .288 coming in. 3 homers, 14 driven in. Now the 2-2. Swung on, foul tip, hung on to by the catcher, Mack. That's a strikeout, the third. So one down here in the third inning, and this is the Hyundai Grand Slam giveaway inning. If the Guardians hit a grand slam here in the third, Joseph Mastroberti of Wycliffe will win the Hyundai Kona, courtesy of your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers. Go to HyundaiGrandSlam.com to enter. Stephen Kwan, the batter, takes a pitch outside for ball 1. No score, as the pitching matchup on paper early on is living up to what you thought it might. Here's the 1-0. Strike called on the inside corner.
Ooh, he just has a good command of that two-seam on the inside to lefties right now. I think he spun Hedges all the way throughout the entire at-bat. I think Hedges with that open stance kind of just never got to those pitches on the outside.
The 1-1 swung on and fouled back.
But he's keeping every lefty honest with these two seams inside.
Now left-on-left matchup here for Kwan, who started to come along at the plate. Much better stretch here lately, seeing more pitches. The overall average still below what it normally is for him at 220, but it's on the upswing. A home run, 14 driven in. The pitch to him. He swings and pops it up on the infield. Not far from the mound. Up on the mound, the third baseman, and making the catch is the third baseman, Sanoa. And there's 2 down in the inning. All right, pop up on the infield, and it's near the mound. As an infielder, what do you do to navigate that?
I go cover second base, and I tell someone else to take it. And I stay away from that one. No, I think that's you got to be loud. You got to communicate. I think that's where your pop-up communication comes in the most, where just someone yell it early, someone take it, everybody else clear out, go get to a base, back up.
Travis Bazzano, the batter, takes a pitch outside.
First and foremost, get the pitcher the heck out of the way. Let the athletes handle it.
Here's the 1-0. Outside, 2-0.
But at the same time, like, it's not just like I do actually very much mean that. maybe not the athlete's part, but a little bit. But you want get out of the way. You have stuff on the ground. You have the rosin bat. You have the mound. You have there's little bumps and bruises and potholes there for you. You don't need to add distractions and other bodies in the way while you're trying to look at a pop-up up there.
The 2-0 caught the inside corner for a strike, so now it's 2-1 on Bazana, who popped to third to open tonight's game. Here's the pitch. Just missed low and away. 3-1.
And it's a little bit different always on the indoor stadiums. I think instead of just like the sky that you're always used to in these pop-ups, now you're kind of finding it across these beams that are up top and just kind of keep maybe there's a little bit more shadows, a little bit more light reflection on the ball. It makes it a little bit tougher.
The 3-1 catches the outside corner. Strike 2 called. Well, this is a dark ceiling here.
Yeah, that helps. Unlike the Tampa one that they had with the white before.
The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Good heat that time from Alcantara at 98 miles an hour. Strikes out Bazana. Guardians go.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
Oppo Taco.
I'm going to guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a...
Yeah, home run to the opposite field. You got it.
This is a good one, a hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack, someone that's just nailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
Well, this is a World Series card. Everybody said, what's it going to be to pitch against Sandy Koufax, who's a dominant pitcher. I said, I hope I don't embarrass myself. And I didn't. Pitched my first shutout ever. We won 6-0, and my parents were there. My mom was afraid of heights, so she was in the upper deck. She had to come down and trade seats with somebody so that she could actually watch her 20-year-old son pitch a shutout in the World Series.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Fins up, Cleveland. Margaritaville Day is coming to Progressive Field Saturday, July 18th. The Guardians take on the Pirates at 4:10, but get there early for Island Vibes, music, parrot photo ops, and $2 Coors Light pregame. Plus, 15,000 fans score a Jose Ramirez camp shirt courtesy of Dollar Bank. Tickets at CLEGuardians.com.
Esteury Ruiz leads things off for the Marlins as we are underway in the bottom half of the third inning. No score. Guardians and Marlins, first of 3 this weekend, heading into the All-Star break. Parker Messick on the hill for Cleveland. Here's the 1-0. And his fastball's up high. 2-0 the count. What a year it has been for Parker Messick, still a rookie. And he'll receive heavy consideration, you figure. The 2-0. On the inside corner for a strike for Rookie of the Year honors. He made 7 starts a year ago, not nearly enough innings to take away that rookie status.
What's the cutoff there?
The 2-1 swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. I was really afraid you were going to answer that.
I asked Zane, I don't know. It goes, I'm sure, by innings pitched?
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe it's like 50 innings?
Sounds reasonable. Here comes the 2-2 delivery, and it is outside for a ball. 3-2 the count on Ruiz. Bottom third of the lineup due in here against Messick.
Are you Googling it, or do you want me to?
If you could.
I got you.
Here's the pitch, and there's a swing and a pop-up foul, and out of play first base side. Boy, smallish crowd here on this Friday night. It really hasn't filled in much. And his ballpark that seats just under 38,000. Now the 3-2 pitch. And it's up high, ball 4, and the Marlins have their first base runner And it's a base runner with great speed, and Estiori Ruiz with 19 stolen bases on the season for a team that is second in all of baseball in terms of stolen bases. The Marlins with 98 steals, trailing only Washington.
Well, we nailed it. It is 50 innings. Look at that. Or it's 130 at-bats for hitters, 50 innings for pitchers.
Jacob Marzi, the batter, takes a pitch outside. And again, Messick with 39 innings a year ago.
Does help that he's a lefty to kind of help with all the speed that they have. Keeps him a little bit more honest. Big lead, though, already.
The set. Here's the pitch. And it's swung on and chopped foul at home plate by Marzi. Marzi, who absolutely crushed Cleveland pitching in the 3-game series in Cleveland last August, hasn't gotten it going here this season. 199 the average with 5 homers, 25 driven in. But he burst on the scene quickly a year ago. And the Marlins sticking with him here in center field out of Central Michigan University. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on, a bouncing ball to the shortstop. Rocchio has it, steps on the bag for one, and his throw to first is dropped at first base by Manzardo.
Tailor-made double play right there. Soft off the end of the bat, right to Rocchio, right by second base. Fields it cleanly, steps on second base, gets a good throw over, but Manzardo kind of stretched a little early and kind of, I felt like if he held off the stretch till a little bit later, he would able to be a little bit higher to catch it, but he kind of cut himself, his arm length off a little bit, and the ball just popped out like a snow cone. Unfortunate. That should have been an easy two outs right there.
So here's Joe Mack, left-handed hitting catcher. Here's the pitch, and Mack takes it down low for a ball.
But we do get the speed off the base pass a little bit.
Marzi, he has 18 steals, but he's been caught 10 times. And he steps off his lead over there at first. Here's the pitch to Mack. Swung on, chopped foul at home plate.
It's more than I thought he had, but Estiori Ruiz can really fly, though, so yeah. we will take that change.
Yeah, and this is part of the Marlins' identity. They push the envelope on the bases and make it uncomfortable.
Good offenses do. I mean, I remember the 2015 Royals and all those teams where it's just like if they got one guy on, it just fell completely.
The 1-1 bunted. Third base side, picked up by Messick, spins, fires, good scoop by Manzardo in time for the out as Marzi moves up to second. But what a play by Messick and Manzardo.
Yeah, makes up for it. Manzardo right there with a hell of a scoop right there. Tough bunt, great lay down by him, but Parker gets over to the ball real fast, has to turn and almost just spin and fire it almost blindly. But a really good play, puts it in the ground by Manzardo with a very good scoop at first base right there for the second out, but the runner advances.
So 2 down with Marzi at second base. Back to the top of the lineup for Otto Lopez. And the pitch is low and outside for ball 1. Well, even though there was 1 out, they do give a sacrifice to Mack. Now there's 2 down in the inning. The pitch from Messick, and Lopez swings and misses for a strike, and quickly it's 1-1 on Lopez. Another example of great scouting and acquisitions by the Marlins. Lopez released twice before he was picked up by Miami, and there's a swing and a pop-up foul. That's off to the first base side, now to play.
That's, you know what, yes, you want to give credit to the scouting department on that, but if a guy's released twice and turns into the top average in the MLB, I tip my cap more to him than the scouting department. Good on him, he made himself a hell of a player there.
Should correct myself. Traded from the Blue Jays to San Francisco, but then the Giants waived him, and he was picked up prior to last season off the waiver wire by Miami, and he's done nothing but hit since.
Sometimes you just need to change the scenery. Sometimes it doesn't click in certain organizations, or it just doesn't click till later, and he looks like he's really found something at the plate.
The 1-2 swung on, lashed foul over to the first base side and out of play. Lopez a year ago, 15 homers, 77 driven in. Didn't hit for nearly the average that he has been this year. He was 100 points lower by the end of the season.
I mean, athletic stance, short swing, nothing too complicated. Keeps it real simple.
The 1-2 down low, 2-2. No score, but the Marlins are threatening with Jacob Marcy at second base. Now the 2-2 delivery from Parker Messick. That's down low for ball 3.
Try to get him chased with a little changeup right there, but too low for him to swing at. When a guy's seeing the ball as well as he has, he's spinning on those pitches. They have to start in the zone a little bit.
Here comes Messick's payoff pitch. Swung on, and that's lifted high in the air right center. It's drifting back to DeLauder, who makes the catch, and the side is retired. Messick works out of it, and we played 3 in Miami. No score on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
And even though you're dejected down 3. First pitch swinging. This ball's hit in the air to deep center field. And George Springer gets it over the wall for a home run. His extra base impact continues. Third home run of the postseason for Springer. And they've got 6. Third up. He's ready for it.
Brian Rocchio, the batter for the Guardians. 4th inning. Scoreless ball game facing Sandy Alcantara. A 10-game winner. Here's the pitch. And it's high and outside for ball 1. Rocchio popped to second his first time up. Switch hitter. Left side. Here comes the 1-0 from Alcantara. That misses inside for a ball, and the count moves to 2-0. Day baseball tomorrow, a late afternoon start at 4:10, then 1:40 on Sunday for the series finale. The 2-0. That's in there for a strike. 2-1 the count on Rocchio. Alcantara winds it up, the 2-1. Swung on, and that's drilled into center field. A base hit for Rocchio. Cut off as that was starting to head toward the gap to the right of center. But Marcy got there, and he holds Rocchio to a sharp single.
Looked like 97 on top of the zone. That Rocchio just stayed on top very nicely. Tried to start running it off, but he cut it off before it could get off to the end of the zone and drills one into right center a little bit. Almost skipped by the center fielder and gave him a double, but he cuts it off nicely. Keeps him to 1. But we got something starting here in the 4th.
And here comes Chase DeLauder, the Guardians' hottest hitter. Singled his first time up, and he swings and fouls one back.
He didn't get cheated on that swing.
Last 11 games coming in, hitting .362 with a pair of home runs, including yesterday. 9 driven in. That's all since he came back from a 2-week stint on the injured list. 0-1 the count on him.
This offense definitely looks better already with him in it. You could tell they still miss Hosey. I think just when they're healthy, I think it's just that they have a much. There's a lot more ways that Hosey and Chase create runs. I think, and they can drive the balls into the gaps. They put pressure with their speed on the base pass. I think they just really lengthen their lineup. So I know they missed him when he was out, as any lineup does to their good hitters.
Here comes the 0-1 to DeLauder. After the long set, pitch on its way, and it's up high for a ball.
But not as a knock, but you told me this is already like the most games he's played in a season.
Yes, injuries have been the storyline since he was drafted back in 2022. And it's been a wide variety, and a lot of it bad luck. Here's the pitch. And that's outside and high. 2-1 the count.
That's going to be something that he's going to have to monitor. Obviously, you can't do anything about bad luck and unlucky injuries and stuff like that, or getting hit by pitches or anything like that. But if this is going to be the most games in a season you've played, you're going to have to really monitor the way your body's feeling throughout the entire season.
Here comes the 2-1. Swung on, popped it up foul, backing out of play.
I don't think that's news to him. I don't think that's news to the training staff or the coaching staff. I'm sure they're on top of it. I'm sure they're going to be, as the season goes on, don't be surprised even a day off here or there comes into play. It's going to be unfortunate because it might be in the middle of a race and you're going to want him in the lineup, and I'm sure he's going to play those games and push himself into the lineup, but they're going to maybe have to hold him back sometimes.
The 2-2 swung on and lifted high and deep. Right center field. Home run, DeLauder.
He knew he got all of that one. That's a deep part of this ballpark. He stood and looked at the Cleveland dugout while that ball was going way into the seats. He tried to challenge him with a fastball right there. He had took a big swing on that first pitch of this at bat, and I think he just kind of got that pitch he was looking for with that pitch.
Number 10 on the season for DeLauder. A 2-run shot over the 387-foot sign. And the Guardians have the lead at 2-0. As Cal Manzardo steps in. Here's the pitch to him.
He just lengthens this lineup, and he's a good bat. He's shown the capabilities to hit the ball out of the ballpark, but he's not one of those guys that you look in the lineup and you're just like, oh, we got to stay away from him. But, man, can he change a game fast with a swing right now.
The 1-0 is on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1.
We hope he turns into one of those guys. We hope he keeps doing this enough where it's like, okay, we got to stop pitching this guy. But right now, if they're going to keep giving you fastballs to hit like that, young man, you keep doing that.
Next pitch to Manzardo is crushed to center.
Well.
This is hit well. Back on it, Marcy makes the catch on the warning track in dead center field.
A little sweeper. I think Sandy was more sharper earlier in the game. I think his sweepers, his cutters were missing or were executing in on the hands, off the plates, on the black and the corners of the plate. So far this inning, his misses have been over the plate, and Cleveland's been ready for him.
Rhys Hoskins will step in. Hoskins struck out looking his first time up. 2-0 Cleveland on the DeLauder home run. Here's the pitch. And it's swung on and pulled foul. And just to continue on that point, Kip, you're making about DeLauder, he hit the 5 home runs in his first 7 games of the season. But he said, and others said, he's a good hitter who happened to hit for some power that first week of the year, but he didn't necessarily see himself as a big home run hitter, as there's a pitch inside for a ball.
I mean, just to compare, because all I can speak for is myself, it's like pretty sure I had a spring training, I had 6 games in a row with a home run. No part of me was thinking I was now a home run hitter just because I did that. You always want to be a good hitter first and a professional hitter first.
1-1, pulled foul.
Just because some home runs happen, those are like, again, you hear home runs might be mistakes or accidents, or you just trying to hit the ball hard. I think he has more of the body type for it than I ever had. I don't have the frame for it, but it's like those good hitters, as they get bigger and stronger and older and learn how to hit more, the home runs will just start to happen naturally.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Hoskins down on strikes. for the second out in the inning. Hey, the Guardians and PNC Bank, they're going to bat for small business throughout the season. Join PNC Bank in honoring 6 local businesses for making a difference in the community. Remember we were talking about maybe some soccer fans are here?
You seeing some?
Out in left center on that pavilion.
Oh, I'm seeing the England flag, yep.
Uh-huh.
Good spot.
A lot of chatter coming from out there as the pitch to Khalil Watson is in there for a strike.
Soccer fans are fun.
You went, right, to a World Cup game?
I went to the World Cup game in Santa Clara, the win in the round of 32 versus Bosnia. Herzegovina. I think I'm saying that right. That might not be. But no, they won. It was an awesome experience. Went with my dad and my brother, and got to see the USA advance. The
1-1, swing and a miss.
You can see our mic's picking it up now. You can hear them. We're behind home plate on the first base side. They're all the way in left center, and you can hear these small group of English fans chants from here. It's so much fun. It's such a great environment that these soccer fans put together.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, a bouncing ball hit to the second baseman. Up with it is Edwards, who flips on to first for the outside, retired, but Chase DeLauder strikes again, a 2-run home run, and it is 2-0 Cleveland heading to the bottom of the 4th here in Miami.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
We have a couple things out here for the first acknowledged unassisted triple play. And Cy Young said, Neil, where are you going? He said, 3 outs.
Neil Ball had a fairly short career as a big leaguer, but continued playing in the minors, where he encountered true baseball royalty.
Now we're going to connect to Babe Ruth.
He dominated the game like no one else had before.
I'm holding Babe Ruth's bat.
During a 1934 baseball barnstorming tour of Japan, Ruth faced 17-year-old pitcher Eiji Sawamura. Sawamura became a hero in Japan, and the Nippon Professional Baseball League's version of the Cy Young Award bears his name. Maeda won the award in 2010 and again in 2015, when the runner-up was Shohei Ohtani.
First pitch crushing! Oh, man!
Like the 3 outs of a triple play. It all connects.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Yeah, Parker Messick working with a lead for the first time tonight as it's 2-0 Cleveland, heading to the bottom half of the 4th inning, facing the red-hot Marlins. 28-6 since June 1st. Nobody better in the major leagues. Hey, Roberto Hernandez leads things off. He bounced back to the mound first time, and the pitch to him's outside for ball 1. Now Messick winds it up, the 1-0. There's a strike. No, actually it was a ball, but challenge. Austin Hedges thought it was a strike, so challenge Guardians. And the ABS says ball, just a little bit low. So now both teams down to just 1 challenge left.
They don't get much closer than that one.
Here comes the 1-1 or the 2-0 from Messick. Low and outside for ball 3.
Have you been watching this World Cup at all?
Yeah, here and there, yes.
I mean, with the USA obviously out now, I'm sure a bunch of people won't be watching the rest a little bit, but
the 3-0, that's in there for a strike. It's on in the clubhouse pretty much every day that there's a game on.
I think they've done a great job hosting. I think USA, Canada, and Mexico have done a great job hosting.
Here's the 3-1. Down low, ball 4, leadoff walk for Hernandez. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station ID on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network. Jim Rosenhaus along with Jason Kipnis here in Miami this weekend. Xavier Edwards steps in and he bunts it foul at home plate. Our on-site engineer is Gary Ibar. Back home in Cleveland, Brian Motze. And we're also joined by a good portion of soccer fans from England in town for the game.
They got a big
tomorrow.
game versus Norway tomorrow. They got Mr. Holland waiting.
Quarterfinals? Is that where they're at?
Yeah. I think the winner of that game gets to play the winner of Argentina versus Switzerland. A real good game on the other side, too. Spain versus France. Tuesday.
Here comes the 0-1. Swung on, bouncing ball to the second baseman, Bazana. Flips to the bag for one. Rocchio to first. Double play. Nicely turned by the Guardians.
Again, tailor-made right to these infielders. They've been, and I'm glad we got to turn this one. Real good job by Bazana going with the backhand flip to second base. Don't make it any harder than you have to. Real good turn right there and helping out Parker.
So 2 quick outs in the inning. Javier Sanajo will step in. Line to right his first time up. Here's the pitch to him. And it's on the inside corner for a strike. Just a couple of days left to get in on the Marathon Arco Rewards. Reward Yourself sweepstakes. Here's the pitch from Messick. And it's swung on. Broken bat roller over to the Guardians dugout on the first base side.
I'm going off just sound alone because I think that happened on the double play right there. That might be the 4th or 5th bat that I've heard chip that Parker's got, and I think it's on righties and on changeups. I think he's got a lot of movement going on his changeup tonight. That's really getting these guys off the end of the bats.
All right, that's the big key. He works the ball in and out, changes speeds. That Marathon Arco Rewards app, enter the promo code GUARDS26, and it's your chance to win 6 KeyBank North Coast Social box seats for a future game. Marathon, where fun runs on full. 2-0 Cleveland. The pitch from Messick. Swung on, bounced to short. Corralled by Rocchio. Long throw, just in time. Wow, that was close. But he got the job done. And the side is retired. Another strong inning for Parker.
Can we recognize the athleticism of the elite security down there?
Unbelievable. I give him a 10 down. Pretty good.
Yeah. Look at that.
I mean, come on, Joe Ryan.
It's all part of the experience.
This is an experience tonight.
Oh, look out. In between the legs of Jose Altuve, almost clipped his buddy in the on-deck circle.
Hey, that'll wake you up.
And Fortes is able to hang on to the foul tip.
Fortes getting a little help from the love handle there.
In baseball, it's important to use your head, but it's not always helpful.
It hit him in the head, and oh no, it'd be a home run.
Well, Jose, you have company.
And batter beware, the animal is loose.
Can I see that jump again? It looked like Luke Cornett trying to block a 3.
Now, there's top rail, and then there's yelling 4.
He hits him right in the palm of the glove.
It certainly grades an A for effort.
David Peterson on to pitch. Jacob Marcy loses the bat.
Oh, somebody's throwing a baseball up there from the Mets dugout to try and loosen it.
Shot up the middle. That's where Hyer Lee is, and he drops the ball. Unbelievable.
And how about a look at some heads-up defensive plays?
Converging, it's Antonacci with the diving play.
And what a rolling grab by Jorge Barrosa. It's by the pole, and Siri got it. He went up and got it.
That, folks, is the magic of baseball.
Royo on the spin, smother, got it.
Fundy goes behind the back.
How about that?
Daniel Schneemann leads things off for the Guardians. Top half of the 5th inning, 2-0 Cleveland. Sandy Alcantara delivers, and Schneemann fouls it off at home plate for strike one. Schneemann flied to center his first time up. Indoors here in Miami on a warm, humid evening. Here comes the 0-1. Down low, 1-1. And Kip, I know you spent a little bit of time down here. The low last night, I think, was 85. But it didn't really get too hot today, but comparatively.
No, these aren't necessarily the months you want to be here. I think especially coming from Cleveland or Chicago where I live, I think those winter months are when you want to come here.
The 1-1 is swung on and missed, 1-2.
Where it's still a high of 80 in February and gets rid of that gloomy, dark sky for where it gets dark at 4:30. That's when you want to get down here.
Here comes the 1-2 from Alcantara. Big breaking ball, missed high and outside for a ball.
Seems like this whole England crowd just picked the left center Budweiser to be their pregame bar spot for tomorrow's game.
They're not saving it for tomorrow, are they?
They aren't, or they're just going to roll it right into tomorrow.
They might peak too soon. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Schneemann down on strikes.
I think you're severely underestimating soccer fans' ability to drink beers.
That's true. They're professionals.
Yeah, professionals.
World Cup, that's
peak too soon.
I don't know what
doesn't exist.
I lost my head for a minute. I'm sorry. Austin Hedges steps in. He struck out his first time up. It's 2-0 Cleveland.
Now I'm going to watch this little cat and mouse game because Hedges opens his stance and he was spun all first at bat.
Good pitch to him on the outside corner.
He starts there again, so I almost want Hedges to kind of start diving in, to kind of just go with it, to try to spray the ball to right field if everything's going to be spinning away from you. Now, granted, Sandy might recognize that, and here comes 97 in on the hands and broken bat, but...
The 0-1. Breaking ball, swung on and missed.
I think he's just going to keep spinning him until he can prove that he makes the adjustment on it. Because it's a 4-pitch mix that we talked about where it's just a cutter, a sweeper, a slider, a curve. It's going to be different kinds of spin. But if you're recognizing that's all the pitcher's doing to you and everything's going away from you, kind of start leaning in that way. Go with it.
Here's the 0-2. Swung on, line, shallow center, base hit.
Boy,
Hedges. Yep, he came with the cutter that time, but might have missed his spot.
You got it. Absolutely missed his spot. If he was going over the outside of the plate, I think he would have been still safe a little bit there, but he got too much of the plate. And I think, again, just like last inning, if his misses are on the black, I think he's still fine because his stuff is still that nasty. But when he starts missing over the plate, Cleveland has been ready so far.
And this year, Austin Hedges hasn't been missing when he gets his pitch. Stephen Kwan now with one out, runner at first. The pitch on the outside corner, strike one. Guardians up 2-0 with 2 runs on 3 hits. Marlins still looking for their first hit. Here's the pitch. Swung on, line drive, Kwan into center field, a base hit. On his way to third is Hedges. He'll test the arm, and they don't throw it there. He's in standing up without a throw. Kwan comes through, and now it's runners on the corners with 1 out.
There we go. Similar to Rocchio's single the other inning. A high fastball on top of the zone that Kwan stays on top of. Good bat path. Kind of just hits it away from the center fielder. Not in the gap necessarily, but just away from him. And Hedges with great base running right there really puts a pressure on him. Notices that the outfield was far back. They weren't playing in. And takes advantage and goes first to third. And Cleveland's got something brewing again.
Travis Bazzana back at the top of the lineup steps in. 2-0 Cleveland, looking for more. Here's the pitch. And it's just outside and high for ball 1.
No, but in a good pitcher's matchup, you got to get this run in here. You got to take advantage of it when they arise here. So first and third right now, less than 2 outs. This runner needs to score somehow.
And the infield is in for the Marlins, mostly. Here comes the pitch from Alcantara. Breaking ball, just missed outside.
Good takes. You should be changing your approach then. No longer are you trying to, you're not, it's weird. You're not changing your approach. You're not getting away from having a good at bat or driving the baseball or putting something in the gap, but you're really emphasizing on seeing the ball deep, kind of letting it travel and getting something to the outfield.
Here comes the 2-0. Swung on, chopped foul outside of first. 2-1 the count. That changeup, just a shade under 90.
God, but I mean, they're throwing changeups and sliders at 90 miles an hour these days, and I couldn't even crow hop 80, and these guys are spinning it faster.
Now the 2-1 to Travis Bazzana. On its way. Swung on, sliced foul over to the third base side.
The right approach. It looked like he let that get deep, but he also just looked too far over his front knee a little bit. If you're going to let it travel, don't change anything about your body. All you're doing is moving your eyesights a little bit back and catching it deeper. You don't want to lunge forward with it. It kind of cuts it off right there. Counters it even. Big pitch here.
The 2-2 is on its way. Swung on, and he skies it to left. Should be plenty deep enough. Back is Hernandez, who makes the catch. Tagging, heading for home is Hedges. He will score just ahead of the throw. Hedges makes it 3-0 Cleveland on the sac fly by Bazzana.
Now, Alcantara tried to come in with that two-seam again. He wanted to either get rolled over or he wanted to strike out, but Bazzana was ready for it. He hit it pretty deep, almost to the warning track and left. I know Hedges doesn't fly, and he might have been a little bit tired from going first to third, but that play was a little bit closer than it should have been, so a real strong arm in left field. Give credit for that for even there, but thankfully it was off the line a little bit towards the third base side, and Hedges was just able to slide in pretty easily to home plate, but good throw by there, but good job by Travis getting that guy in right there. Big 3-0.
Alertly moving up to second was Kwan.
Yes.
Now Brian Rocchio with a base hit can bring him in. 3-0 Cleveland. Rocchio 1 for 2. The pitch to him. Outside and high for ball 1. So the Guardians able to get to Sandy Alcantara.
No, good base running by Kwan. If you're on first base right there, you're absolutely kind of tagging up and you're just watching where the throw goes. If it goes for anywhere but second base, you're going.
Next pitch. Just missed outside.
He must have an absolute cannon then, because obviously not being able to watch him play, because the fact that he thought he has a chance to get the guy at home and almost did a little bit is impressive, and the reason why he didn't just go straight to second base to keep him, the runner, there at first.
Now the 2-0 delivery. Fastball, strike on the inside corner. By the way, our good buddy Bart Swain and Guardians PR tells us with that base hit by Hedges, he now has a 7-game hit streak.
Boy, Hedgie.
Last time he did that in the same season, August of 2019. The 2-1. Outside, ball 3.
Those are sometimes the downsides of outfielders with great arms. And it's not talked about or noticed enough, but when you guys that I've played with or against, those Jackie Bradley Jr.'s, the Yasiel Puigs, the guys who literally want to throw out and really test their arms from the warning tracks.
The 3-1 is popped up high in the air, first base side of the infield, foul ground. Over to make the catch is Stowers.
Where it's just sometimes they go for that extra throw or that magnificent play and that Sports Center play. The downside is, yes, they might get that guy maybe 1 out of every 3 or 4 times.
Hurley's had a good day. 2 hits for him. Swing and a drive. Belted right. Burley admires that one. She is long gone. Is it too early to say, holy cow?
I think it is right on time. The Cardinals strike again. Tucson with 2 strikes.
That ball was absolutely destroyed.
What a 6th inning.
Goosebump moment here at the ballpark for everybody.
1 ball, 1 strike to Ted Williams. And there's a long drive to deep right center. It could be. It could be. It is. Ted Williams has homered in his last time at bat. Williams rounding the bases is not tipping his cap. The crowd yelling, they're waiting for him. He does not tip his cap.
As someone who grew up in the era of the twist, the locomotion, the Freddy, and other outrageous dances, the floss is easily the worst of all time.
The fan did touch that ball, and that's a big whoops. Any relation to Grant? I don't know. That guy was having a hard time figuring out what screen he was supposed to be looking at.
What a play! Alan Rodin
And hopefully he is all right.
Look at it's his eye black. That's his eye black. It has been transferred from face to wall.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Swung on, there's a high fly ball, launched to right field. Home run, Jose Ramirez.
This is Jim Rosenhaus, and you are listening to the Cleveland Clinic Guardians Radio Network.
Parker Messick back to work with a 3-0 lead. Bottom of the 5th inning. Kyle Stowers gets it started, and he takes a fastball up and in for ball 1. Messick's allowed 2 base runners, a pair of walks. That's been it. The left-hander making his last start before the All-Star game. The 1-0. Outside and high, 2-0. And he couldn't be more appreciative. He said when he was a kid growing up in the Tampa area, the All-Star game night meant everyone came over for a barbecue and they would watch the game. The 1-0. In tight, on the corner, strike 1. So to him, it meant a lot.
I mean, I had 2, but and very fortunate to even have those 2. But obviously the first one, if you go on to have more, I hope he does, like I said earlier. But first one is just special, where it's just kind of like you just want to make it to the big leagues kind of at first. And that's all you think about. That's all you care about. But then you get to the All-Star, and like him, I grew up watching it where it was, I mean, it's these All-Star lineups. I mean, I know that's not like no dub, but it's the best of the best in the game. And it's like now you get there and you're like, it hits you. You're like, right now I'm one of these guys. And it's very humbling.
Here's the 2-2 to Stowers. He swings and he loops it. Shallow left, coming on. Kwan makes the catch. 1 away. Well, second straight day that a Guardians pitcher has taken a no-hitter into the 5th inning. Williams lost his yesterday with 1 out when Royce Lewis tried to bunt twice on him to get that first base hit, and then he singled to the right side. Now to the plate, Leo Jimenez, and he takes a pitch down low for a ball.
I'm gonna kind of call you on a jinx here if there's a hit right now, and rightfully so.
Fair enough. We'll discuss this. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1.
There's that changeup again. It really does look like he's got that working right now today versus these righties. I mean, he's an all-star. He's had it working versus a lot of righties. So
the 1-1 pitch, and that's outside and high. 2-1. You got to let the fans know, right?
Do we?
If you tuned in.
If they're tuning in, they know.
Wait. Here's the 2-1. Swung on, and there's a high fly ball foul down the right side. Say that, they just joined us.
They just joined us. Okay.
Maybe they were out to dinner, having a nice evening on a Friday. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on, line, and one hop grab, Bazzana at second base, and he throws him out.
You got a little tight right there.
They are hitting him harder.
Yeah, they got in, but he stayed down. I'd like to see, he kind of did a little scoop, caught it to the side of him. I'd like as a second baseman always to kind of catch that ball in between the legs. So if it does hop up on you, you're still able to knock it down, hits off the chest or something, because that's the advantage of second baseman. You got more time to still make that play.
Estiori Ruiz steps in, takes a pitch up high for ball 1.
But as I've always said and kind of played in my career, I don't care how it looks as long as they're out.
Here comes the 1-0 to Ruiz. Just outside for a ball.
Now, do you think you're off the hook now? Because you said it was after the first out, so you're off the hook.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you might.
Here's the 2-0. And it's in there for a strike, 2-1. Well, here's the key. You guys in the dugout, you never know we're talking about it, do you?
I would always have an earpiece in listening to the radio during my career, so I knew when you did it.
The 2-1. It's on the outside corner, 2-2. Well, that explains a lot.
Yeah, I heard everything you said.
Darn it.
No, you do have a point, but you're putting it into the air.
Yeah.
It's all about energy.
The odds would say that a no-hitter will get broken up at some point. Here's the 2-2. Down low, 3-2. But that can be a sensitive subject for many. Let's acknowledge that.
Man, those England fans are still going straight off.
Here's the 3-2.
Ooh.
Outside ball 4. Ruiz walks for the second time, and that's the third walk allowed by Parker Messick.
You could see him getting comfortable. His velo starting that we talked about. This is one of those pitchers that I've said that looks like he gets into that groove where he starts sniffing that wind and he gets better as the game goes on. And his velo started around 92, 93 in the first inning. That last pitch was around 96 right there.
Jacob Marzi steps in. Bounced into a fielder's choice first time up, and he takes a fastball up high. Hey, whenever the Guardians win, your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers will donate $500 to Cleveland Guardians charities supporting expanded access to youth sports in Cleveland. Snap throw to first. They may have him. No. Manzardo tried to get the tag down, and just getting back in was Ruiz. Good quick step
off. Because Manzardo's not really looking at our dugout, but that did look close. Yep.
And replay review. Gunnar Wilhelmy says, no, don't bother.
Normally the body language will tell you, too, if the player thinks he's got him.
1-0 the count on Marzi. 8th in the lineup for the Marlins. 3-0 Cleveland. Here's the pitch. And it's down low. On the move with the pitch is Ruiz. And there's no throw by Hedges. Ruiz with a stolen base, his 20th.
I'm wondering if there was a play that was put on right there because Hedges caught the ball and went to throw to first base and ended up just holding the ball. Look, he was ready to backpick him, but I think because it's a lefty hitter, wasn't able to see the runner had already taken off for second base. He kind of shielded himself.
The 2-0. Outside, ball 3.
I think the base stealer was just kind of hidden behind the batter right there, the lefty hitter, and Hedges was ready to backpick at first base, and neither the first baseman or the runner were there anymore.
Messick having to work a little harder here this inning. The left-hander delivers. Fastball up high, ball 4. Back-to-back walks. 4 in the game now for Parker Messick. And with runners at first and second, 2 away, the left-handed hitting catcher Joe Mack will step in. Mack out of Buffalo, New York. How about that? And drafted and developed by the Marlins, and they really like what he has brought defensively and plenty of offense, too. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Sack bunt for Mack his first time up.
No harm right there with that walk. Still got 2 outs. Got a lefty at the plate. This is your guy you want right now.
0-1. Low and outside for a ball. 1-1.
You certainly don't want to load the bases for the next guy.
And as Otto Lopez waiting on deck, the league's top hitter, baseball's top hitter. He will join Parker Messick at the All-Star game next week. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, ground ball right side, smothered by Manzardo. Flips to Messick covering, and he got there in time. What a play by Manzardo. Good cover by Messick. And we will head to the 6th inning with the no-hitter still in order for Parker Messick. It is 3-0. The Guardians in.
That man is a talented baseball player. Shohei Ohtani's going to lead things off.
Highline drive, center field, carries over the wall. 300 for Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, he mashed a milestone in his first at bat. It's his 31st career leadoff home run, his 7th this season. Instant offense for the show that never ends. 1-0 Dodgers.
Boy, he's amazing. We keep saying it. Don't dare take your eyes off of him.
We're talking about power. We're talking about bling. This is the stuff that puts people in the seats.
Ruth's adoring fans pitched in to gift a crown fit for the home run king.
How come the fans didn't, put something together for me?
They gave you a nice round of applause.
Good job, Carlos.
That man is 42 years old. I'm only 22. Until that man stay on that mound, nobody gonna take me out of this game.
Okay, let me see what I can do about it.
Right now, I feel like I can go over there and go placata right now on the field just because I held this bat, Willie Mays. I'm not giving it back to you. You need
You're
it
not
back?
gonna give it back?
Okay, you can continue talking.
Right, and you're just going to hold on to it?
Yeah.
Hammer and Hank became baseball's all-time home run king.
Hank Aaron flipped the bat, pointed to the outside, and said, "Placata."
Every single Triple Crown winner has been inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. So it looks pretty good for Miggy. Just saying.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Three 3-0 Cleveland. We head to the 6th inning. Guardians playing sharp baseball, and when you have an outstanding effort by your starting pitcher, it always looks that much better, and Parker Messick's been terrific. Chase DeLauder leads it off, and he takes a breaking ball strike on the outside corner. Another big night at the plate for DeLauder. 2 for 2 with a 2-run home run his last time up. Now with 10 bombs on the season. The pitch to him. Just missed, and he checked his swing. DeLauder still leading the team in runs batted in, now with 45. 1-1 the count on him. Alcantara delivers. Breaking ball, low and in.
Yeah, you're seeing 2 sweepers and a changeup so far. It was the cutter that he missed over the plate for the home run last at bat. I don't think you're going to see that pitch anymore. Or rather, Chase isn't. Maybe away might be the only time he uses it.
Now the 2-1. Fastball up and away, and he checked his swing again. And
that seems a little late.
Yeah.
ABS challenge here, but he checked third base to see if he swung first and still had time to challenge the pitch.
It is a strike. How about that?
Barely, too. But that just seemed like I've seen people not have enough time to challenge her, where they're enforcing it has to be quick, and he had time to check the swing first and then also ask. I saw a couple hands go up in the Cleveland dugout, too, thinking the same thing.
So it's a 2-2 pitch now to DeLauder. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and he's not happy. 1 down. That is strikeout number 6 for Alcantara. Check that, number 7 for Alcantara. As DeLauder heads back to the dugout, now Kyle Mansardo for the Guardians. Here's the pitch. Swung on, popped him up, foul. Third base side, giving it a look, is the third baseman, but running out of room is Sanajo. 0-1 the count on Mansardo.
You do really get a feel for it up here. Those fly balls that are down the lines for these third basemen and first basemen, how the ball looks like it's going foul and then it starts working its way back to the field all the time. So I don't think fans fully know how that's how the ball goes. Same thing with catchers. That's why they kind of look the way they do on the fly balls.
Here's the 0-1 on the outside corner for a strike. Did you just compliment a catcher?
I don't have that. I absolutely compliment catchers.
All right.
That's the one position I would never want to play.
Here comes the 0-2 from Alcantara. Swung on, chopped over the mound, but the shortstop, Lopez, is there behind the bag at second. Scoops and throws on to first for the out. 2 up, 2 down for the Guardians here in the 6th inning. And this reminder now through August the 6th, you could win a Guardians edition F-150 Raptor truck. courtesy of your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers. Visit GuardiansF150sweeps.com to enter.
No, I give catchers compliments. They put in a lot of work with the scouting reports and handling pitching staffs and the toll on their body with foul balls and all that stuff.
Rhys Hoskins leans into the first pitch and skies it high in the air to center, but shallow. Coming in, making the catch is Marzi. 3 up, 3 down go the Guardians in the 6th after 5.5.
Games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Sixth inning, top of the lineup for the Marlins. That means Otto Lopez steps in. The pitch from Parker Messick, and it's on the inside corner, strike one. And the Marlins, they've had some action on the bases. Messick has walked 4 tonight, and as a result, his pitch counts at 74, but he hasn't allowed a hit through 5 innings. And the Guardians lead at 3-0.
See, I think that's the way you say it right there.
Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. And it is 0-2 on Otto Lopez. Messick shutting down a red-hot Marlins team. They've won 6 in a row, back-to-back series sweeps. The 0-2 bounced in there for a ball.
Cricket pitch.
And during that time, they've averaged 7 runs a game. They've had 16 home runs. That's how good Messick has been tonight.
Yeah. No, this is a talented offense that's really coming to its own.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
That
Lopez down.
Whew. You said what was their June record?
Since June 1st, 28-6.
Oof.
Last 30 games, they're 23-7. So that doesn't make sense. What do we got here? Wait a minute.
You're just making up numbers.
They throw a lot of notes at you. Here's the pitch, and it's low and in for a ball. But anyway, that 28-6 stretch, one of their best stretches in franchise history for a month's time. A little bit more now that we're in July. The next batter is Heriberto Hernandez, who takes a pitch down low. That was the first strikeout, by the way, for Parker Messick.
Huh.
Hernandez steps away. He drew 1 of the 4 walks back in the 4th inning. Here's Messick's 2-0. Swung on, and that's lifted high in the air. Deep left field. Quan back, but this one's gone.
Now, the previous couple pitches in the last 2 at-bats, he's been bouncing a lot. You heard me say a cricket pitch. He was hitting the dirt. I think he wanted to emphasize getting the ball up a little bit, so he threw a curveball, and this one just hung right over the plate for him to hit it out.
So the no-hitter and the shutout bid gone on home run number 13 for Hernandez. It's now the Guardians 3, the Marlins 1. And Xavier Edwards will step in. He's 0 for 2. The pitch to him. Called strike on the outside corner.
I mean, that's why we even that Travis at bat to get in that third run with the pitchers dueling low-scoring games. You got to take advantage of that. You know there's going to be some pressure put on you from their offense at some point. Crowd's getting into it a little bit now. Finally have something to cheer about.
Here's the 0-1. Fastball strike on the outside corner. And the England soccer fans, they've taken the side of the Marlins.
How dare they?
Unbelievable. Here's the pitch. Down low for a ball.
Well, they're the ones serving them beer.
That is true.
You don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swung on. Ground ball to the second baseman, Bazana. Nice scoop. Throws on to first in time for the out. 2 down in the inning. And Javier Sanoa will step in. Hey, Enbridge Gas Ohio wants to remind you, whether you're an individual or a contractor, state law requires that you call 811 before you dig to have underground utilities marked. It's simple and it's free. Just dial 811. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Guardians with a 3-1 lead as Sanoa takes a pitch down low for a ball. Another one of the young hitters on this ball club having a good season. The pitch up and in for a ball. 2-0 the count. We're indoors here in Miami at Lone Depot Park. A lively place tonight. Here's the 2-0. And it's on the inside corner for a strike. 2-1. And again, I'm sure a crowd that is not what they'd like to have in terms of total numbers, but it is loud. Here's the 2-1. Swung on, line foul, and out of play right side. And it's loud because of that group
yeah.
out in left center field on the
I said I have
pavilion.
a guess why. No, but in indoor stadiums, it doesn't take much to good home crowd to make them known that they're there. Doesn't have to be full to be loud in some indoor stadiums.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled back. The Marlins have struggled year in and year out with attendance. The best attended games in this ballpark have been the WBC games in the springtime when they have had some big ones here late in this tournament. There's a swing and a pop-up to left field. Under it is Kwan. He makes the catch, and the side is retired. But the Marlins get on the board on the home run by Hernandez. Still, as we head to the 7th.
Bryce Matthews, who struck out looking his first time up. Matthews getting the start in left field tonight. Matthews hits it in the air pretty well to center. Going back on it is Rafaela at the wall, looking up. See you later! Bryce Matthews with his first long ball of the year, right by the Phillips 66 home run pump, and the Astros lead 4-0. That went 434 feet just to the left of straightaway center, and it was 111 miles an hour off Matthews' bat.
The people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on, so I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right, right on a cliff.
I was so inspired by what you were making that I want to do my own all-star ballpark bite, but I'm thinking we take some of that brisket that you make, and I'm going to do like a little slider. Got the pepper jack cheese, some American, get it going with some of the barbecue sauce that you have, that spicy, delicious one, and then caramelized onions. Make like a little sandwich. We cool?
Sound like a plan.
I think we did good.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
great.
you.
Thanks, Chef.
Seventh inning, and boy, this is the norm. Sandy Alcantara is still out there for the Marlins. He has racked up the innings most in baseball coming in. Khalil Watson, the batters, fouls off the first pitch for strike one. 3-1, Cleveland in front. 2 in the fourth on a Chase DeLauder home run. Sac fly from Travis Bazzana in the fifth. And the Marlins just scored on an Heriberto Hernandez home run in the sixth. Now we're in the seventh with Watson at the plate. Alcantara delivers, and it's swung on, foul back and out of play. Jim Rosenhaus along with Jason Kipnis here in Miami this weekend, filling in for Hammy, who will be back with us when the Guardians open play post All-Star break at home a week from tonight against the Pirates. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball down low. Well, great to have you back, Kip. It seems like we just did games a couple of weeks ago.
I love it.
I mean,
tell him I'm available.
Yeah. I don't know. You've been pretty busy this summer, it seems like. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, bouncing ball to third. Up with it, the third baseman, Sanoa, and he throws across in time for the out. I mean, golf and some of the great courses overseas, and then World Cup soccer. Got a lot on your plate.
We try to stay busy. I think we're stay busy living life. You don't want to just sit there. Too young to fully retire from working and doing stuff. So we try to stay busy and keep making life fun.
Daniel Schneemann, the batter, takes a pitch outside for a ball. I know you do some work for the Cubs on their TV.
I think that's, yeah, I do pre and post game for them, about 20-25 games. Listen, I would prefer it to be Cleveland. I'll say it on air. I don't care. I would prefer it to be Cleveland, but I just live in Chicago, so it's easier, and I wanted to stay involved in the game. And playing there 1 year allowed me to develop relationships and friendships over there and set that up. So, I mean, it's fun. I like to do it a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see where this takes us. You got Cody Allen doing TV right now, so it's fun. You're going to see a bunch of guys around my age or my group kind of start getting into this a little bit more. You'll start seeing them be coaches, and I have a bunch of former teammates who are coaches on major league staffs now. So it's cool to see everybody kind of growing with the game.
You ever imagine that when you were playing that, man, 10 years down the road, we're all going to be doing these different kind of things, but still staying in the game. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Schneemann. Swing and a miss, strike three. Chase the high heat.
And I would have thought Cody Allen would be on radio, not TV. I thought he had a face for radio, so kind of offended that I'm radio and he's TV.
Did you go down and mention that to him before
every
the
day?
Game?
Every day during our careers, I said he had a face for radio. Every day I would see him. I don't get it. I don't have much, but I have more hair than he does.
You know he's not here to defend himself.
That's why I like it.
A couple of booths over and safety. Austin Hedges, the batter.
Oh, don't worry. I'll tell him later. I'll give him a chance.
Okay.
No, he's great. And I hear we talked about it. He's doing a really good job. It sounds like he's really coming into his own at it. It's fun because sometimes
the 0-1 swung on, looped foul.
Sometimes you get so used to being someone's teammate and the conversations that you have throughout your careers, and just those are all different. And then now it's like you have time apart, and you get to hear their perspectives. You got to hear their perspectives as teammates, but now you get to hear them talk about the game rather than just in the game that we're at. And it's fun to listen to him. He has a good podcast too with Kevin Pillar.
Here's the 0-2. Swung on, bouncing ball, right side. Second baseman Edwards is there. Throws on to first in time for the out. And Alcantara with 7 strong retires the side in order. Stretch time.
Colson Montgomery. Back it goes. Get out. That one onto Utah Street. Colson Montgomery, a 2-run shot here in this third inning. And the Sox retake the lead.
440 feet. Woo! That was a blast. So this time it's that slider or the death ball. This time the death was to the baseball.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Reynolds backing up on this ball.
and misplays it.
Well, I don't know what happened to Reynolds here. He badly misjudged that ball. She moved back.
That's outstanding.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that, Garrett. That's a lot of work.
Adames lost the bat and nearly took out Luis Ariza in the on-deck circle in so doing. That's great. The umpire comes in, no catch, no catch. Camaro's like, sure I did. See? That's great. 22-year-old having fun.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Newest premium space at the ballpark. Just download the Marathon Rewards app and enter promo code ARTS26 and you're in. Want more chances to win? Fuel up at participating marathon stations from June 26th through July 12th for bonus entries. Don't miss out. Reward yourself today. See official rules in app.
Guardians leading by a score of 3-1 as we head to the bottom half of inning number 7. And that's it for Parker Messick. The Guardians have gone to their bullpen. It's left-hander Eric Sabrowski who comes on to pitch here in the bottom half of inning number 7, as Messick was at 91 pitches, 50 strikes, and Jason Kipnis, he was about as good as it gets tonight.
I mean, you saw from the first pitch on, he had command. I was talking about his changeup all game long. He had these righties off balance, kind of just hitting the cap of their bats and breaking them or swinging and missing. I'm actually surprised he only finished. How many strikeouts? He only had 1 strikeout?
Yep.
But boy, did he have them off balance all day. I think he just had 1 mistake on the entire day. But other than that, almost a clean sheet for Parker and a great start for him.
Just the 1 hit, the home run by Roberto Hernandez last inning. He did walk 4. His ERA dropping to 2.73 as he looks for win number 8 if the bullpen can hold it. Sabrowski gets the first crack at it here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. On the year, Sabrowski is making his 35th appearance, 3-1, an earned run average of 3.33, 48 strikeouts in 27 innings, 19 walks though, including 3 walks in his last appearance on Wednesday night in Minneapolis. He faces the left-handed hitting Kyle Stowers, who fouls one off at home plate. Sabrowski threw 11 straight pitches outside the strike zone and walked the 3 batters he faced, and just the general consensus among the coaching staff and Sabrowski, it was just one of those nights where he wasn't necessarily missing by a lot, but enough.
11 straight?
Yep. And 2 walked-in runs, and eventually the Twins won that game in a walk-off 2 innings later. So he's looking for the bounce back. He's been so solid from that left side for the Guardians. Here's his pitch, and it's upstairs for a ball. Well, this is not an easy place to play. Not this year, not the way the Marlins have played. And the Guardians trying to get out of here with a win in the series opener. The pitch to Stowers, in tight for a ball. 2-1. Kyle Stowers 0 for 2, couple of fly balls to left. Left-handed batter, open stance.
You got 3 lefties in the bottom 5 of this order, so that's why we're seeing him right now.
Another pop-up off to that third base side off the bat of Stowers. Well, no Tim Herron on our Elk and Elk injury report. Herron, the other lefty out of the pen, he's on the injured list after being struck by a line drive on the pitching elbow in Minnesota.
Ouch.
No break, but a pretty good bruise. Next pitch, in tight, 2-2, and visiting with Tim in the clubhouse before the game. He said when it happened, he was kind of thinking the worst, but it's going to be okay. It'll take a little bit. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, and there's a high fly ball, deep right field. DeLauder back on the track, makes the catch with a couple of feet to spare before the wall.
He kind of stood back on that, so I thought that was long gone. I kind of watched his body language. I don't know if you watched that too a little bit. So I thought he kind of had a little pimp job there, and I said this is about to be a 3-2 ball game. So then I turned my attention to DeLauder, and he run it down. He started slowing up even before the track, like he had a beat on it. So that kind of fooled me a little bit, but just a long out right there to get it started.
Leo Jimenez steps in. He's 0 for 2, couple of ground outs. A pitch from Sabrowski. Down low, ball 1. Let's get you a quick update on the out-of-town scoreboard presented by your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers. The Tigers keep right on rolling. They are leading the Phillies at home tonight 10-2 in the top half of the 8th inning. Detroit now a hot ball club. Next pitch is swung on and lifted high and deep left center field. This one's way back there, and that ball is gone. Jimenez with a home run, and now it is a one-run ball game. Guardians 3, Marlins 2. You know, the Marlins, they've been living by the home run. That's their 18th home run in their last 7 games.
You know, that worried me when you said that stat with when he 11 pitches and 11 straight balls in his last outing. So he comes into this one. He just gives up a long out, but then he bounces one in the first pitch. I think that's a guy who obviously still is trying to find it, still trying to find his arm slot. And I think he's just not clearly he's just not pinpointing it the way he can and has in the past. So I think he's just kind of missing too much over the plate. And if you go look where this home run pitch was, that was dead central right there over the plate.
And Sabrowski thought he had a strike, but the Marlins challenged, and it was overturned by the ABS system.
Instead of being like, okay, I'll miss on the outer half, he's like, I just want this to be in the zone so I can throw a strike, and you can't do that with major league hitters in the box.
And for Jimenez, just his 2nd home run on the season, but as you said, major league hitters. 2-0 the count on Ruiz, who's been up twice, walked twice. Pitch to him, shows bunt, takes a strike.
Now you woke up the English fans out there a little bit more. Got to deal with them now. Again, back to the Travis at bat, though. That's why you got to take advantage of low-scoring games versus good pitchers. And tip the cap to Parker once more. I think when you go up against a Sandy Alcantara, you're hoping your pitcher just gives you the chance to win that game. He outpitched him tonight, and that's something special right there.
3-1 the count on Ruiz. Sabrowski fires away, and the pitch is a strike on the inside corner. So 3-2 now on Ruiz. With 1 out, a run in, base is empty.
And this is the downside of playing close games.
The pitch, high and away, ball 4. A 1-out base runner with good speed.
When you have a pitcher who can't maybe locate right now, and he's one of your better pitchers and needs to find it because he's a big piece of your bullpen, maybe it's one of those games where you're up 8-2 or 8-1 and you have a little wiggle room that you can leave him in to kind of work through things. But if he's got to work through things in a 3-1 tight ball game, every mistake becomes enhanced that much more.
Well, Stephen Vogt will make the move right here as he will not go further with Sabrowski. Left-handed batting, Jacob Marcy was scheduled to hit. And the move has been made to the bullpen. The pitching change presented by Spartan Storm Shield.
How dominant has Zach Wheeler been?
I've said it before and I'll say it again. One of the best free agent signings, not just of the Phillies, all 4 sports in Philadelphia that this city has ever seen.
Swing and a miss. He got it with a sweeper. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Wheels. 87 on the season. A 17-pitch first inning.
0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And Zach Wheeler with 5 strikeouts through the first 2 innings tonight.
Swing and a miss. That's 12 strikeouts for Zach Wheeler. He's got a dozen tonight, 1 out here in the 6th inning.
Incredible. Just punching tickets left and right.
It's 13 strikeouts for Zach Wheeler tonight. 1 away from matching his career high in the pitch. Swing and a miss. He just matched his career high. 14 strikeouts through 7 innings for Zach Wheeler. An absolutely dominant performance.
So without further ado, snap on your time goggles and prepare to zoom 1,000 years into the future. The D-backs are still the D-backs, though now they're represented by a robotic techno-snake, and the Cubs have embraced their future amongst the stars, now being represented by Ursa Major. Minneapolis was the first to establish relations with our extraterrestrial friends. The Rays are the cosmic rays flying through space in their devil ray-shaped spacecraft.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB.
Sound familiar, Dale? Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Guardians with a 1-run lead now in the 7th inning, as Jacob Marcy will come to the plate with a runner at first base. Colin Holderman is the new pitcher for the Guardians. One of their top relievers has really established himself at the back end of that bullpen, and the right-hander is ready to go with the speedster Ruiz at first. Here's the pitch, and Marcy lines it past the second baseman Bazana into right center. Ruiz flying to third. He'll be in standing up. And Jacob Marcy, first pitch swinging, puts runners on the corners with one down for the Marlins.
You see this replay right here. Yeah, kind of. I mean, the ball was hit very hard towards Travis, almost a topspin line drive at him. He almost wanted to see if he could make a diving catch, but that thing just absolutely took off on a rolling topspin and went down. So you have to kind of readjust your body midair to go from a diving catch to kind of a short hop pick, and it just makes that play that much harder. That ball was smoked into the right center gap, and now we got first and third, one out.
Joe Mack, the batter. 0 for 1 with a sac bunt. Left-handed hitter. Infield in at the corners, partway up the middle, and there's a breaking ball on the outside corner for a strike. That tying runs at third base in a 3-2 game. Holderman's ready. The veteran righty delivers. Breaking ball down low. For Holderman, it's appearance number 34. 4-2 the record, an ERA of 1.87. 38 strikeouts in 33 innings. Here's the pitch from Holderman. Swung on, cued foul off to the third base side. So it's 1-2 on Mack. Holderman, who is coming off that injury-plagued season with the Pirates, so he was available in the offseason. Guardians signed him, and it took a little bit for him to establish himself, but by early May he started getting some high leverage opportunities, and he's on in a tight spot here in the 7th in a 1-run game. Here comes his 1-2. Hard breaking pitch, low and in. 2-2. Holderman's 30 years of age.
Now again, we got to give him a pitch here. I know it's only 2-2, but you don't want to get to 3-2 with him.
The 2-2 swung on, chopped foul first base side.
This is your catcher with the double play in order to get you out of the inning with the best hitter right now in the league on deck. So this is your guy that you want. This is the one you want putting the ball in play if you can't get the strikeout. But something on the ground. You got to get him leaning out over on something.
Holderman ready to work. Here's his pitch. Swung on and fouled off again at home plate. Now, Kibba, a couple of weeks ago, you were working that series against the White Sox in Chicago. They were red hot.
Yeah.
You could feel that.
You feel it a little bit here, too.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Sure do.
The fans almost expect to come back because of the way the Marlins have been playing.
I mean, we had that a lot in Cleveland when I played. I thought.
The 2-2 swung on, line foul, left side.
Don't ever underestimate a home field advantage. It's an awesome thing when you got the vibes going high and the crowd can pick you up and lift you up a little bit more. And it helps put the pressure on the opposing team. We played in some loud places where it does affect you as a player a little bit.
Holderman steps off. Great speed on the bases here for the Marlins. Ruiz at third, Marzi at first.
That's why you don't want a little jam ground ball. Hopefully he hits it hard right at someone, but...
The 2-2, there goes Marzi. The pitch is up high. Fake throw by Hedges. He hangs onto it, and Marzi steals second. 19 stolen bases for Jacob Marzi.
Now, he kind of looked back to second base and over his right shoulder when he's holding the guy on at first base. We got to keep him a little bit more honest than that. I'd like to keep that double play in order, but...
The 3-2, swing and a miss, strike three. And Mack
big strikeout.
Might have just broken his bat, slamming it down in that left side batter's box. 2 down in the inning. But Holderman still has to face the league's top hitter, Renato Lopez. Came in batting a major league best .345, 20 points better than the second leading hitter, Yandy Diaz, over in Tampa. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, low and away.
Now here's the problem. There is a base open, so you can be careful with him a little bit here. You don't want to give him something to drive. This guy will hit singles all over the ballpark, but unfortunately there's a guy who hit a home run last at bat on deck waiting behind him.
The 1-0. Fastball strike on the inside corner. 1-1.
This is where the relationship with the catcher comes into play, where you guys have to trust each other and know each other and what you want to do to something like this. They obviously talk about this before all games.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, and there's a slow tapper to the first baseman. Manzardo flips to Holderman, covering. He got there in time.
Good job.
Colin Holderman works out of it. Another run on the board for the Marlins, but we will head to the 8th inning. And the Guardians are still in front, 3-2 here in Miami.
This is a good one right here. The Padres. Little pinstripe unis. We would wear these every Thursday. When I kept it, I wanted to keep it all dirty. I always felt like if you didn't get dirty in a baseball game, you kind of didn't really play that day. So I had my pine tar there, a little dirt in the front side of it, but the brown and orange, really cool cleats. All the fans really enjoyed it as much as the players did.
I feel like food and sharing a meal with someone is a universal language. You can't go to a ballpark and not have a nice hot dog. So if I'm at the ballpark, I'm gonna get a nice heavy glizzy. You gotta have chili on there, you gotta have cheese. If your hot dog isn't bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you gotta have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade. You gotta have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Guardians in front by a score of 3-2. And it looks like the Marlins have gone to their pen. The night is done for Sandy Alcantara after he made 7 strong innings. Work again for him along the way. Alcantara with 99 pitches, but that's the norm for him. Get it to 7 and sometimes beyond and give his team a chance to win. He's done that again. So they turn it over to Ryan Gusto, just up from AAA. The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp is their AAA club.
I love some minor league team names.
Stephen Kwan, the batter, takes a pitch inside for ball 1. Kwan tonight, 1 for 2 with a single in the 5th. Here's the pitch. And it's just outside for a ball.
Challenge.
Marlins challenging. And ABS says it is indeed a ball. And I believe that's it for... Nope, Marlins still have 1 left. Guardians are out of challenges. Here's the pitch. Down low to Kwan. And the count's now 3-0.
We just showed Rosie a video between one of the innings of a Dodgers player, role player, using both of the team's challenges in the first inning of his first at bat when he doesn't play every day. That's a rough one.
Next pitch to Kwan misses outside. 3-1.
I'm not making any eye contact in the dugout when I walk back. That'd be bad if I was him.
Here's the 3-1 on the outside corner, strike 2. Yeah, Ohtani might want to have that in his back pocket for later.
Maybe let's save that for, I don't know, not the top of the first inning or bottom of the first inning.
Freddie Freeman might want one. Mookie Betts. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, and there's a high fly ball to dead center. Hit well, but back on it is Marcy, and he makes the catch just shy of the warning track. Top of the lineup, here's Travis Bazzana. The Toyota Highlander has plenty of room and comfort, connectivity for all your devices, and the most advanced safety features, all standard. Toyota.com. Bazzana tonight with a sac fly, and right now that run is the difference in a 3-2 Cleveland lead. Prior to that, he was 0 for 2. The pitch on the inside corner, strike 1.
In the White Sox series, I said, I think when we talked, maybe off air even, I thought Kwan would look like he was just a little late getting ready or getting down for some pitches.
Gusto fires away, and Bazzana swings and misses.
He looks more on time, but he still seems like that barrel's just kind of getting under some stuff more than the old Kwan, where it's just as straight as across the zone like it used to be, where he would give himself so much time to hit every pitch.
The 0-2 to Bazzana is pulled foul. Yeah, it has been a battle for Kwan to get to that good place again. And we've seen it, definitely seen it more recently, where he's making better contact, getting better results.
I'm sure there were tons of fans and people who said the same thing about me, where it's like it's frustrating because you've seen how good someone can be, and then they might go months or without being that person. And so, trust me, nobody's more frustrated than Kwan, but I'm just trying to kind of decipher or see what I can see and see if I can help anything and maybe talk to him. But right now it just looks like that left side is a little weaker. That barrel's kind of dropping back instead of coming more forward.
Bazzana struck out on the 1-2 pitch. And now Brian Rocchio will step in with 2 outs, bases empty, 8th inning, 3-2. Cleveland in front as Rocchio takes a strike on the outside corner. Rocchio's 1 for 3 with a single in the 4th inning. Here comes the pitch. Just missed high and away.
Close one. No, I mean, and it was framed too, so it's like, but catcher's framing, is it as useful of a thing anymore with the ABS challenge?
The 1-1 outside, 2-1. Couple of theories that
you still want them to frame it because then it forces them to maybe use a challenge and stuff like that. So yes, it's never going to be not useful for having a catcher who can frame well, but it's just maybe handcuffs them a little bit when everything can be checked.
Here's the 2-1. Swung on, bounced right side, snared by the first baseman Stowers, flips back to Gusto covering, and the pitcher's there in time. Quick inning for the Guardians. This Marlins bullpen, which has been terrific.
In baseball, it's important to use your head, but it's not always helpful.
It hit him in the head, and oh no, it'd be a home run. Well, Jose, you have company.
And batter beware, the animal is loose.
Can I see that jump again? It looked like Luke Cornett. trying to block a 3.
Now, there's top rail, and then there's yelling 4.
He hits him right in the palm of the glove.
It certainly grades an A for effort.
David Peterson on to pitch. Jacob Marcy loses the bat.
Oh, somebody's throwing a baseball up there from the Mets dugout to try and loosen it.
Shot up the middle. That's where Hyer Lee is, and he drops the ball. Unbelievable.
And how about a look at some heads-up defensive plays?
Converging, it's Antonacci with the diving play.
And what a rolling grab by Jorge Barrosa.
It's by the pole, and Siri got it. He went up and got it.
That, folks, is the magic of baseball.
Royo on the spin, smother, got it.
Fundy goes behind the back.
How about that?
Stottlemyre still wants somebody. There's Randy Johnson, the big unit. He towers over everybody. Randy's got to change his cap.
Oh, jeez. There you go. That looks better. Get that D-backs hat on, Randy.
Hand, put their care in hands you trust. Learn more at clevelandchildrens.org/hands.
Hunter Gaddis on to pitch for the Guardians in the bottom of the 8th inning, trying to protect a 1-run lead. And he will face Roberto Hernandez, Xavier Edwards, and Javier Sanoja. 2, 3, and 4 in the Marlins lineup. Gaddis has been busy. This has been his specialty, holds. He has 16 holds on the season, 1-2, an ERA of 2.83 after 34 games. Hernandez homered last time up, right-handed hitter. The pitch to him from Gaddis. Swung on, fouled back. Hunter Gaddis with a good fastball, mid-90s, hard slider, and a changeup that he's been using a lot more. He will try and bridge the gap, get the game to Cade Smith. Here's the 0-1. Waved at and missed.
Kind of funnily, he waved at it right when the wave went around right behind home plate, too. So he did his part as a hitter.
That's what that
timing was perfectly. Sometimes it writes itself.
Here's the 0-2 delivery. Swung on, pulled foul outside of third. Gaddis now, he has that changeup that can really have a hitter lunging. Using it much more than he ever has. The big right-hander out of Atlanta. Ready to go. Here's his pitch. Swung on, and that's fouled off at home plate again.
Kind of got lucky there. Just used that changeup, and that one kind of drifted right back over to the plate, high and up. So, I mean, that was a mistake that, unfortunately for us, didn't result in the second home run of the game for him, but got away with that one. You want to see that changeup located down a little bit more. Especially coming from such a tall angle like Gaddis.
Here's the 0-2. Down low for a
much
ball.
Better. That was a little slider, but that was a much better location, type of pitch that you want hitters to go after. They can't do damage with that one. When it kind of drifts back up inside to the hitter, all you got to do usually is get the bat on it.
Here comes the 1-2. Swung on, and there's a high fly ball right center field. This is hit a ton. Watson tracking it, so is DeLauder, and they make the catch. Watson does, cutting in front of DeLauder on the warning track in right center.
Good communication out there. Both of them had a good read on it. Hits a right center, deep hard out there a little bit. Fastball kind of over the plate. Again, not where you want to miss your pitches, but he got away with it a little, hit it to the bottom of the wall, and Watson kind of had the handout. You could see both guys calling it on the replay. At the last second, Chase remembers that the center fielder has priority over the right fielder. That's why you work on pop-up communication 101 right there.
Xavier Edwards, the batter. He takes strike one on the outside corner. So it remains 3-2. Cleveland in front. Edwards 0 for 3. 3 groundouts to second, one of which was turned into a double play. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, line drive, left field, base hit. Opposite field single for Edwards, and the tying run is on base with good speed. Javier Sanoja steps in. He's 0 for 3. Dollar Bank is a proud banking partner of the Guardians. 28 locations across Northeast Ohio. They're ready to provide solutions to help get you there.
I'm seeing a crowd over there. And,
there's a swing and a chopper foul.
Is that just happening in every stadium where there's just like a section where just like guys are taking their shirts off and it's literally going around to every stadium?
Tarps off.
Tarps off?
Tarps off. Yep, everywhere. Some bigger sections than others. Here comes the 0-1. Nope, throw to first. That's a pretty small section.
That's a small one. You got a couple more drifted in there. Hey, I'll never hate fans trying to rally their team.
A lot going on in here tonight.
There sure is.
Here comes the 0-1 from Gaddis. Called strike on the outside corner. Good slider from Hunter Gaddis. 0-2 the count on Sanoja. Came in batting .278. 34 runs driven in. Runner at first. Here's the pitch. Off speed, swung on, line to left. Moving near the line is Kwan. He makes the catch in fair territory. Scrambling back to first is Edwards, and now there's 2 down. Brings up Kyle Stowers. 0 for 3. Did miss a home run by much his last time up, driving Chase to Lauder almost to the wall and right. 2 down, runner at first. That's the tying run. And Xavier Edwards, 13 steals on the season. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Snap throw to first. Not in time.
Good try by Hedgie right there. Keep him honest. It looks like the runner kind of got a little hurt almost on the slide back.
Well, Hedges is so adept at trying to throw to a base to catch a runner, trying to get back. Not quite that time, but the threat is there. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, foul back, and quickly it's 0-2.
Good to get ahead. This is a guy you want because not only get out of this inning, but then it sets up your 9th inning too. You want to go against the bottom of the order with your best guys. Give that advantage to Cade or whoever's coming in. You got to break up their bats.
Here's the 0-2. Swung on, chopped foul at home plate. We'll do it again on 0-2.
Good misses here. I think I like where he's locating the pitches right now. He's in off the under the hands right there on the inside with the slider. Let's get a weak contact or finish him off right here and let's go add in some runs.
Yeah, the Guardians staring a 1-run game. Once again, they've had 16 of those in their last 33 games. 1-run games, and we're in one again. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with the changeup. Strike 3. Side retired. Good work by Hunter Gaddis. 8 complete in Miami. It's the Guardians 3, the Marlins 2.
Let's see how the big fastball for Miz works out.
Struck him out. Another fastball. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Always the big question is, how does somebody recover after their first start? You got all the jitters out after opening day.
I think he's back.
Still bringing some serious heat.
He's already got 3 over 100 today.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball at 101, and Mizorowski's got the juice working here this afternoon at American Family Field. Couple of Ks and a perfect first for Miz.
We have a couple things out here for the first acknowledged unassisted triple play. And Cy Young said, Neil, where you going? He said, 3 outs.
Neil Ball had a fairly short career as a big leaguer, but continued playing in the minors, where he encountered true baseball royalty.
Now we're going to connect to Babe Ruth.
He dominated the game like no one else had before.
I'm holding Babe Ruth's bat.
During a 1934 baseball barnstorming tour of Japan, Ruth faced 17-year-old pitcher Eiji Sawamura. Sawamura became a hero in Japan, and the Nippon Professional Baseball League's version of the Cy Young Award bears his name. Maeda won the award in 2010 and again in 2015, when the runner-up was Shohei Ohtani.
First pitch crushing! Oh, man!
Like the 3 outs of a triple play. It all connects.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Another inning of work for the right-hander Ryan Gusto, who came on last inning. He will face Chase DeLauder for the Guardians, with the Guardians leading 3-2, and DeLauder first pitch swinging, skies one to left. Plenty of room out there for the left fielder Hernandez, and he puts it away for the first out here in the 9th. Jim Rosenhaus along with Jason Kipnis joining us for this weekend series here in Miami. And Kip, you saw him the last time you were with us in Chicago, the nightly close game for the Guardians,
sure
but they
did.
love the back end of their pen.
Well, it's one of the best bullpens in the league. I mean, especially when you got a guy, Gaddis and Kate Smith here at the end. Now, we saw some eventful series in the White Sox, and we saw not his best outings, and I know he'd love those ones back, especially with the team that he combined with in first place all the time, but I'm excited for him to get this one.
The 0-1 on the outside corner for a strike.
I like watching how guys bounce back.
Yeah.
Because, listen, there's going to be ups and downs in the game no matter what. Nobody's going to be perfect all the time, so I like to see how they bounce back and how they recover.
Count of 0-2 on Manzardo, who's 0 for 3 on the night. Gusto came on last inning and has retired all 4 batters he's faced, and he leaves one outside for a ball. 4:10 start tomorrow. Tanner Bybee back out there for the Guardians. Yuri Perez for Miami. There's a bouncing ball near the middle. Backhand picked up by Edwards, the second baseman, and he throws him out at first.
Well, they had him shifted, so they had a couple infielders over on that side, so it's hard to get it through, but good play by their second baseman ranging up the middle.
Rhys Hoskins will step in. Hoskins is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice, fly to center. Here's the pitch from Gusto on the outside corner for a strike. You're looking ahead to the bottom of the inning. Scheduled Jimenez, Ruiz, and Marzi, 6, 7, and 8 in the Marlins lineup. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball down low. 1-1.
That's what I mean by breaking up their lineup, splitting up their good hitters and not letting them get back to the top of the order. So that's an advantage to be facing the right guys here in the 9th.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss.
Go see if Cody wants to get loose. He still looks like he could throw, doesn't he?
He was pretty good
He
this
looks
day.
good, but I'm saying he looks good right now. Again, I won't say that to his face. I'll say the other stuff to his face.
Okay.
Can't be nice to him.
Here's the 1-2. Swung on, ground ball to third. Nice hop for Sanoja, and he throws across for the out. 3 up, 3 down go the Guardians. We head to the bottom half of the 9th inning. It's the Guardians 3, the Marlins 2.
Guardians fans, want to catch the game in serious style? Enter the Reward Yourself Sweepstakes, sponsored by Marathon, for your chance to win tickets to the KeyBank North Coast Social Box, the newest premium space at the ballpark. Just download the Marathon Rewards app and enter promo code GUARDS26 and you're in. Want more chances to win? Fuel up at participating Marathon stations from June 26th through July 12th for bonus entries. Don't miss out. Reward yourself today. See official rules in-app. Are you ready to join a winning team? Like the Guardians, SwageLock is proud to call Northeast Ohio home. As a leading manufacturer of fluid system solutions, our products can be found all over the world. We are one of the largest employers in the Cleveland area and an award-winning workplace. Discover where stability meets opportunity with a career at SwageLock. We're hiring and invite you to explore open jobs at jobs.swagelock.com. That's jobs.swagelock.com.
Stuck in a dead-end job? Kick your career into high gear through a building trades apprenticeship. Ohio is calling up the next generation of skilled tradespeople across the state. We're hiring electricians, plumber, pipe fitters, iron workers, sheet metal workers, bricklayers, cement masons, boiler makers, roofers, insulators, laborers, elevator constructors, and painters and glazers. Don't miss your shot at big money and full benefits in a construction apprenticeship. Are you ready to build your future? Start your application today at OhioConstructionTrades.com.
Hey Cleveland, are you looking to score big with your home equity? Union Home Mortgage will help you unlock the value of your home and fund the promises you've made to yourself and your family. Visit UHM.com and score financial freedom today.
Union Home Mortgage Corp is an equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 2229.
Be sure to take in Major League Baseball's signature events next week in Philly. The Home Run Derby, sponsored by T-Mobile, is on Netflix Monday night at 8. And then the 96th MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard is Tuesday night at 8 on Fox. And one of those there will be Cade Smith, the Guardians closer. He's on to try and protect a one-run lead here tonight. Bottom of the ninth inning, 3-2 Cleveland. He'll face a pinch hitter in Liam Hicks, left-handed batter. Here's the pitch, and it is outside, ball one. Not many better than Cade Smith this year, as he leads all of baseball with 27 saves. Picked up another yesterday. Here's the pitch. Fastball strike on the inside corner.
He played that many close games, gives him a lot of opportunities.
That's been the challenge, I think, for Stephen Vogt and the pitching department. Trying to make sure they don't overuse him.
Say, can't use him every single time.
But he has been up to the task so often this season. 30 save opportunities. The pitch is swung on and lifted high in the air by Hicks. Shallow right center. Cruising in is DeLauder, who makes the catch right in front of Khalil Watson.
No, that's the weird part, I think, because I mean, we talked a little bit where I do Cubs TV too, and they have even a few more wins than Cleveland right now, and their closer only has like 4 saves. They don't play in like any close games.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, it's completely different baseball.
Another pinch hitter, as a left-handed batter is batting for Estiori Ruiz. The pitch to him is inside for ball 1-2. Griffin Conine, the son of longtime major leaguer Jeff Conine, who now works in the front office here for the Marlins. Here's the pitch to Conine. He swings and chops it foul outside of first base. Griffin Conine, 27 games in the big leagues, hitting .264 with 4 home runs, 11 runs driven in. Jeff Conine, really good major league career. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, and that's popped up on the infield. Way up there on the right side. Bazana calls for it, and the second baseman makes the catch. And Cade Smith quickly is 1 out away from securing a Guardians win to open the series.
Now, refresh my memory on the rulings, because that was one of the higher pop-ups and almost hit the beams on the rooftop. If it hits one of those beams and ricochets, if you don't know, you don't know, because I don't remember either. Is there a ruling? Is it an automatic out? Is it a dead ball?
I feel like it's a dead ball. Jacob Marzi, the batter. The pitch, and it's on the outside corner for a strike. I feel like
Oh, Google.
Down at the Trop in St. Pete, that happened.
They would always
night.
hit that walkway, right?
The 0-1, swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
Splitter.
And I feel like Francisco Lindor had one hit that and ducked out of the way, and it was just a dead ball. All right, could be it here, right, as Cade Smith is ready to go on 0-2 with 2 outs. Base is empty, bottom of the 9th. And the Guardians leading 3-2. Marzi with a single and a walk in 3 trips. Smith sets. Here's his pitch. Swung on, and there's a high fly ball to left. This should do it. Kwan is under it. Makes the catch, and the Guardians win the opener of this 3-game weekend series by a final score of 3-2. Jim Rosenhaus along with Jason Kipnis back at Lone Depot Park in Miami. Guardians a 3-2 winner tonight in the series opener. And Kip, age-old in baseball, you get good starting pitching, and good things seem to follow.
I mean,
here's Schwarber. Schwarber grounded out his first time up. That ball's crushed deep to right field. Hernandez doesn't even move. It is long gone. It's off the roof of the pavilion in right field. Kyle Schwarber, his first postseason home run of the year. It's his 22nd of his career. And with a lightning strike, the Phillies tie it up at 1.
Well, I would say Kyle's second time through, I like the approach.
Wow. Well, the first home run for the Phils this postseason.
The Arizona Diamondbacks are striking back after a slow start, and it's largely thanks to one of baseball's fastest men.
Corbin's on the run. He's going the distance. He's going for speed.
Corbin Carroll has been playing like an MVP since his debut in 2022, but in his 4th full season, he's taken his game to a whole new level.
This guy's unbelievable. He's unforgettable.
On Sunday, Carroll put together one of the best games of his career, going 4 for 4 with 2 triples and a 9-1 D-backs win. That put Carroll at 8 triples for the season, twice as many as any other player, and 51 for his career.
He's the reason why you come to the ballpark.
Watch him hit and watch him run.
He became the 2nd fastest player of all time to reach 80 homers and 50 triples. Only Hall of Famer Lou Gehrig did it faster. Carroll's on pace to lead the majors in triples for the 3rd straight season, and he's only 1 triple away from tying the Diamondbacks club record of 52.
Well, this is a World Series card. Everybody said, you know, what's it going to be to pitch against Sandy Koufax, who's a dominant pitcher? I said, I hope I don't embarrass myself. And I didn't. You know, pitched my first shutout ever. We won 6-0, and my parents were there. My mom was afraid of heights, so she was in the upper deck. She had to come down and trade seats with somebody so that she could actually watch her 20-year-old son pitch a shutout in the World Series.
Oppo Taco.
The Guardians Wrap-Up Show is brought to you by Cleveland Clinic, for everyone, everywhere, for every care in the world. By Progressive. Bundle home and auto and save at progressive.com. By Bet365, where winning is everything.
Good evening once again, everyone. Welcome back to Miami. Jim Rosenhaus along with you on Guardians Wrap-Up following a 3-2 Guardians victory over the Marlins in the series opener. Good pitching from Parker Messick and more timely hitting from Chase DeLauder as his hot stretch continues, and it adds up to the 3-2 win. We'll have all the highlights on our Honda Drive It Home game summary in just a little bit. And we'll also hear from manager Stephen Vogt. But first, the out-of-town scores. They're presented by your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers. Final from not too far from here, down in St. Petersburg. The Rays 7, the Mariners 2, as Seattle has really hit the skids. Junior Caminero hit another home run, his 28th on the season. Orioles defeated the Royals in Baltimore 5-3. Sam Basayo with a home run, his 15th. That fine catcher for Baltimore. Pirates and Brewers are postponed due to rain in Pittsburgh. Tigers stayed hot behind Jack Flaherty and plenty of offense. 10-2, the Tigers a winner at home against the Phillies. Rest of the action is ongoing, and we take you to D.C., where the Yankees are in town after a rain delay. They're in the top half of the fourth inning. The Yankees and Nationals are tied at 1. Ben Rice with his 29th home run. The Reds are shutting out the Cubs 4-0 at the end of 8 innings of play. It's the Red Sox 2, the Mets 1. That game in the middle of the 6th in New York. White Sox lead the Athletics 6-1, bottom of the 7th in Chicago. It's the Rangers 3, the Astros 0 at the end of 5 in Arlington. The Angels lead the Twins 4-1, top half of the 6th inning in Minneapolis. And they're in a delay now. The Braves and Cardinals are scoreless in the top half of the 4th inning, but it's raining in St. Louis. The Blue Jays and Padres will get started in just a little while. At your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers, out-of-town scoreboard right here. The Guardians a 3-2 winner. We'll tell you how it happened after this timeout.
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big league.